Straight ahead on Newswatch 12 weekends, sheriffs have found the body of a missing Anago man. I'll explain their latest findings. Plus, a local tattoo shop is now adding services to remove clients' tattoos. The reason why and more coming up next as Newswatch 12 weekends starts now.
Your local news, weather, and sports from where you live. Newswatch 12 weekend starts now.
Good evening, I'm Rachel Eiler. Thanks for joining us. Just yesterday, the Marathon County Sheriff's Office announced they were assisting the Anago Police Department in the search for 49-year-old Corey Menenberg. In a tragic finding, the department announced today that they found his deceased body. Newswatch 12's Rachel Perry spoke with the Sheriff's Department and gives us the update.
The Marathon County Sheriff's Department has confirmed that the body of missing Anago man Corey Menenberg has been discovered here at Eau Claire Dells Marathon Park, where his car was initially found.
Today, during the noontime hours, Marathon County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from a hiker. He did find Corey. Corey was submerged in the river. Recovery efforts were underway.
Corey's family organized a large search party over the past 2 days with nearly 100 volunteers looking for him.
The family, the Menenberg family and his girlfriend Jennifer wanted to express their sentiments and thanks for all the search efforts. Today's search efforts included a canine effort.
We're told Corey was an avid hiker and it was not unusual for him to go alone.
It was in his wheelhouse to be out in the outdoors and stuff, so nobody was surprised that he was out here hiking at all.
The cause of death is still under investigation and unknown, but we will keep you updated with any new information in the case. In Marathon County, Rachel Perry, Newswatch 12.
All right, Andrew. Well, it's Sunday evening, which means we all have that morning commute coming up for Monday. What's going to look like in the next 24 hours for us?
That's right, Rachel. Well, roadways right now are not the best in northern Wisconsin. Looking over the big picture of the USA right now, you'll notice we're just getting the kind of the tail end of this system moving over the east coast. More showers to our southeast. Looking over our area, we did see a couple flurries and do have some freezing drizzle to be concerned about through overnight tonight. So that will make for some tricky travel out there. Looking outside at Eagle River right now, kind of just get the idea there, kind of just wet conditions. It'll be kind of wet just throughout the rest of your overnight tonight with kind of that freezing drizzle and flurries coming on through. Wind speeds right now won't be too much of a concern. Still coming out of the northwest, they'll be all but a whisper, pretty light between 5 to 10 miles per hour. That'll be the case heading into your MLK Junior Day. Temperatures for your highs today, we did only make it to the mid-20s. Will be pretty similar for tomorrow, and then we have a cool off coming our way on Tuesday. Now looking at that hour by hour look out for the overnight hours, we're going to watch temperatures get down to about 15-16 degrees and extensive cloud coverage through overnight tonight. Back to you, Rachel.
Thank you, Andy. Well, taking a look at Wisconsin's COVID-19 cases today, health officials say the state's average daily virus cases remain mostly constant. Within the past 24 hours, the Department of Health Services reported 1,606 new confirmed coronavirus cases out of nearly 7,000 tests. Over the past 2 weeks, the rolling average number of daily new cases in the state has hovered around 2,591 cases per day, according to Johns Hopkins University researchers. Additionally, DHS reported one new death as of tonight, bringing the state's death total to 5,451. A Wisconsin woman is over a century old and has beaten her battle with COVID-19. Now she's looking forward to celebrating her 109th birthday. Jason Zimmerman reports.
At 108 years old, Ruth Strzezuski has been through a lot, but it's her recent battle with COVID-19 that has caregivers at the Parkview Health Center in Oshkosh feeling like she beat the biggest of all odds.
Remarkably, at this age, she was able to fight through that horrible virus and is doing very well today. She's gaining her strength back and becoming the old Ruth we knew.
After contracting COVID-19, Strzezuski spent several weeks in isolation, but fortunately her family says her symptoms weren't severe enough to require hospitalization.
Her symptoms were minor. They weren't major symptoms. She didn't have to go into the hospital or receive oxygen or anything like that. And she recovered and appears today to be totally free of the virus.
All of this as Strzelecki prepares to turn 109 on February 20th. Those around her hope her story of survival will inspire others who either come down with COVID or work on the front lines feeling a sense of hopelessness.
God has a plan, and his plan was to help her through this, and there is hope, and there's loving and caring people in these nursing home settings, and all the frontline workers are doing the best they can and rooting for their patients, so to speak.
Well, something we can all agree on is probably the increase of stress on Americans due to the pandemic and, of course, the dark days of winter. Mental Health America has stated that youth mental health is even worsening. 9.7% of youth in the U.S. has severe major depression compared to 9.2% in last year's data set. And finding the right medication can be difficult and lengthy process, but there is hope in finding the right medication to help with a person's mental health disorder with a simple cheek swab DNA test.
So this cheek swab will help us identify if there are certain medications that patients may metabolize more quickly. And so some patients require higher doses of these medications, and that'll help us identify that earlier in the process.
Based on the results, it generates a list of medications that the patient will do extremely well on, another list of medications the patient should not take at all because of adverse reactions, and a third list of medications we can be using cautiously. This method is not generally done immediately, as insurance companies like the physician to test a few different medications before using the cheek swab test.
The lab analyzes it and looks at certain different genetic components, which analyzes the way that patients metabolize medications, certain genes that they may or may not have, and that then tells us how they will react to certain medications.
If you have been struggling to find the right medication for your mental health disorder, you are encouraged to speak with your doctor or visit Aspirus Rhinelander Clinic to take the Millennium tested or the Genesite testing to find the medication that will assist you in everyday life. French's Homestead Veterinary Care in Rhinelander is warning pet owners of a harmful pellet containing neurotoxins. According to their Facebook post, 3 dogs consumed what looked to be like a moldy loaf of bread on Saturday night. However, it turned out actually to be blue and green pellets that were harmful and poisonous. And within 10 minutes, 1 dog died while the other 2 still remain in critical condition as of this morning. If you know anyone who might have any information about how these toxins got released in the Lake Tomahawk area, the facility asks you to contact law enforcement or the DNR anonymous hotline. When you go to get a new tattoo, it's not likely you're going to see a removal service right next to it or even provided by the same business. Well, now one Rhinelander shop is providing both, so clients won't have to go the extra mile. Newswatch 12's Megan Manlock explains.
Cinnamon Tattoo Company has added Northwood's Laser Center to its evolving services. One may think it would deter people from getting tattoos. However, business has increased, making an unwanted tattoo a little easier to remove.
A lot of tattoo artists see a patient that wants a cover-up of an old tattoo. It helps to have that tattoo faded.
Depending on the age of the tattoo and the colors, it could take a few sessions or more to either fade or fully remove the tattoo.
We can go over that tattoo that took a few hours to put on. We can go over that tattoo in one session in a matter of minutes. It may take a few sessions to get where we want to get.
Northwood's Laser Center has been open for business since January 13th and is already building up referrals with the assistance of Cinnamon.
So I started driving down to Appleton to have my tattoos removed and just started turning wheels in my mind. I think the Rhinelander area and surrounding communities could benefit with this type of service.
Northwood's Laser Center is helping people get a fresh canvas and a fresh start. With people, whether you're in the military, battling substance abuse, or just want to have that tattoo removed, they're here to help you.
We would like to reach out to the military recruiters because certain tattoos are not allowed. Also going to reach out to alcohol and drug rehabs that may have gotten tattoos in the darkest days of their lives that they don't want anymore.
And for those asking if it hurts, there is cryo air blowing on the lasered area to help in reducing pain and swelling.
I would say that when the initial start was a little startling, but then I'm guessing the surface of the skin started to numb a little, so it wasn't as bad as I thought.
In Rhinelander, Megan Mamlock, Newswatch 12.
election season might be over, but if you take down all the hype of it, you may actually, if you take a drive down the highway, you might still see those political advertisements. When we return, we'll take a look at how parties are already prepping for the next election. I'll have the details after Maine weather with Andrew Kafer right here on Newswatch 12 Weekends.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay.
And we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture.
Use a beige or light gray sofa as your base to build on. Add home-style pillows and unique farmhouse accessories. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
To most people, the idea of fighting is unpleasant, but sometimes it's necessary to fight. If you or your family has been injured, you'll want a good law firm on your side to make things right again. Habish, & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Justin Betty and meteorologist Jeff Weller bring you the local news and weather from the North Woods alongside the WJFW Evening News Team. Watch Justin and Jeff weekday evenings at 5, 6, and 10 on Newswatch 12.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the January mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture. Start your year off with a great night's sleep. Get a Sealy Memory Foam Queen mattress for $349. Comes conveniently in a box. The January mattress sale at Slumberland.
Welcome back. We're ending the weekend on a pretty gray note as we saw through most of the weekend. Lots of cloud coverage throughout the area and kind of touch and go snow flurries. We're also seeing some freezing drizzle through your overnight hours tonight. So as we're heading into Monday, expect thorough cloud coverage throughout the area to start the day. And you'll notice just those light flurries coming throughout the region. Really no significant accumulations will be expected. Maybe if anything, just getting those windshield wipers going for a couple seconds and you'll be good to go into your Monday morning. Though right now, road conditions are not the best with that freezing drizzle and light flurries coming on down, looking towards more of southern Wisconsin. Pretty easy going. Now going towards the north, still looking central Wisconsin, not too bad. It's when we get north of Wausau right now that those roads are going to start being pretty slippery, or you'll notice towards the UP border, ice covered. So be careful on those roadways tonight for any traveling that you have going on. And we don't have a lot of snowfall coming otherwise after we get going through your MLK Junior Day. But next week, Sunday, we're going to be having snow coming on through next significant system. So this is how it's going to look. So here we are next week, Sunday, 1 week from now. We're looking very early hours for this low pressure center to come through our area. That's going to be making its way into Wisconsin and bringing snow showers just in time for the Packers and Buccaneers to be going at it into your Sunday night. So the snow showers are going to be coming during the day, lasting throughout game day as well. So that'll be good to go for Lambeau Field. That's going to be coming on down in Green Bay throughout the rest of that evening. And then into Monday, we'll watch a few of those showers taper on back as we dry on out. So looking at your football forecast, we're looking still at next week, Sunday, expecting that snowfall. That's going to be a nice welcome back to Tom Brady in the area, and high temperatures getting to the low 20s. We'll be dropping down a little bit as we head throughout the rest of the game, though snow showers still continuing throughout your game day. Now looking ahead at your week, we're going to start to see colder temperatures coming our way. So we've had a pretty mild January. That's going to scale back some here as we see Arctic air come into our area. You'll notice Monday night, we're going to be starting to see some single digits through your overnight lows. That's going to be those pinks and purples coming on into the area and lasting through Tuesday. Tuesday's highs only in the teens. And then as we get to Wednesday, Wednesday and Thursday. A little bit of a break. Temperatures come back up some, but that's going to be interrupted right away again on Friday. It's kind of similar idea to Tuesday. Cold temperatures coming our way, possibly some negatives to expect there as we head through your overnight into your Saturday morning. And then again, we get a little more mild, a little bit of a break heading into the weekend until Sunday, where more snow is expected coming our way. Now looking at that temperature outlook for finishing off the rest of January, you'll notice most of us in the United States are going to be trending colder than average for the end of the month, including us here in Wisconsin, being that well below average for those temperatures. The only warm pocket being in southwest Texas. But for now tonight, still pretty warm considering for overnight lows that averages would be at about 3 degrees, so 15, not too bad. And we do have flurries and freezy rain possible through overnight tonight. And now looking at your Dr. MLK Jr. Day, we're going to see a few flurries in the morning and have mostly cloudy skies throughout the rest of your day. High temperatures getting to the mid-20s. Now here we go, looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. You'll notice a little bit of snow showers coming our way on Monday morning. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sun throughout the rest of the week and more snow coming our way on Sunday. Back to you, Rachel.
Election season might be over, but political ads for 2022 are already circulating the state of Wisconsin. Right off of Highway 29 or Business 51, you'll notice a billboard calling for Congressman Tom Tiffany and Senator Ron Johnson to resign following the attack on the Capitol. Within the last 10 days, the Minocqua Brewing Company Super PAC raised over $50,000 to put toward these political ads. Owner Kirk Bangstad stated on the company's Facebook page that supporting these political ads is to, quote, help make our government officials less corrupt here in the Northwoods, end quote. Tonight, there continues to be uneasy tension and growing military and police presence at the nation's capital and at state capitals across the country. As troops gather, there are new concerns of right-wing extremists targeting Wednesday's inauguration. Jay Grain was on the ground in Washington. He brings us the very latest.
Every day, the troops securing the nation's capital are building. By Wednesday's inauguration, more than 25,000 National Guard soldiers will be on the ground, along with police and federal agents.
You know, I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like this.
Outside the razor wire fencing, businesses are boarded up. The core of D.C., in essence, closed down.
Our special agent in charge talked about the general and specific threats that our intelligence apparatus is collecting, both here and across our nation.
I just drove an hour and a half here, so, just to be here, just to stand up.
A handful of demonstrators and armed militia gathered briefly today at Michigan State Capitol, met there by a show of force.
Everybody saw what happened last week at the U.S. Capitol. We wanted to make sure that scene didn't repeat itself here in Michigan.
State houses across the country have become fortresses.
Completely crazy, unprecedented, and really scary.
After a warning from the FBI that they could be targets for violent protests.
Just the presence is going to be enough, I think, to stop anything from happening.
If it's not, thousands of soldiers remain at the ready around the clock. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
Up next in sports, Nate Myhawk will join us to wrap up a pretty busy weekend in Eagle River. Plus, he'll give us a deep dive into Green Bay's excellent win last night.
Yeah, anytime the Pack wins a playoff game, it's cause for celebration. When we get back, we'll go over the Packers' dismantling of the Rams. And we'll also take a look ahead to next week's NFC Championship game. Stay tuned.
Dear Winter, it's been fun getting to know you. Sleet, blizzards, ice. I love that you don't hold back. We didn't take it personally when you tried to bury us under 6 feet of snow. It's cool. You do your thing, and we'll do ours. Stay chill. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can get $500 customer cash on a new 2021 Toyota 4Runner. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the coalition to salute America's heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes and taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads. It's our safety.
Sports Watch 12 starts now.
Well, COVID-19 has canceled a lot of events here in the Northwoods, but a winter staple was still taking place in Eagle River this weekend. The 58th World Championship Snowmobile Derby. Thousands of fans made their way to the Derby complex to see the races. The race, by the way, was 25 laps long, with snowmobiles going at insanely fast speeds. Blaine Stevenson took home the trophy this year, but this isn't new to him. He's won this event 4 years in a row now. It is the first time in Derby history that someone has won that many in a row. Thomas Olson came in second, followed by Gunnar Stern in third. Last night we watched the Green Bay Packers put a walloping on the Los Angeles Rams. Now for the second season in a row, the Packers will play for a chance at a Super Bowl berth. And right now, Green Bay might just be the hottest team in the league. There are a lot of questions regarding how the Packers would fare against one of the league's elite defenses, but they stepped up to the challenge and then some. The offensive line neutralized the Rams' pass rush and didn't allow a single sack the entire game. Not only keeping Aaron Rodgers' jersey spotless, they also helped the offense put up nearly 500 total yards. Of course, after losing David Bakhtiari to injury, Green Bay had to shuffle a few players around, but that wasn't an issue on Saturday night.
For Billy Turner to step up like that, no questions asked, and play left tackle for us, and it's phenomenal by him, and I think those guys all a ton of credit.
A lot of talk earlier in the week surrounded Davante Adams' matchup with Jalen Ramsey. Both players were all pros this year, but despite the pregame trash talk, it was Davante Adams winning this round. The Packers' top receiver finished with 9 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. Afterwards, Adams admitted that he threw the gauntlet down before the game.
I just said, look, I'm not some of the dudes that you covered, so I just want you to come with me and follow me everywhere. And let's get the people what they came here for.
When it was all said and done, Green Bay walked away with a 32-18 win, punching their ticket for the NFC Championship game, but they still had to wait for their next opponent. And their next challenge would be decided in the battle of Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Brees looked a little rusty in this game. After a second quarter interception, Brady to the end zone for Mike Evans gives Tampa Bay an early lead. But the Saints would go with a little bit of trickery. It's Jameis Winston burning his former team, finding a wide-open Traquan Smith. He is gone. New Orleans back out in front. But after Tampa stormed back to take the lead, Brees picked off once again. He finished with 3 on the night. That allows Tom Brady to punch it in and seal the game. Buccaneers win 30-20. And so with the Buccaneers win today, that means that next Sunday, they'll have to come to cold Lambeau Field to take on the Packers, maybe even a little bit of snow. Green Bay actually did play Tampa earlier in the regular season. The two teams met up in Week 6 at Raymond James Stadium. Ugly game for Green Bay. They got smoked 38-10, and with that win, Tom Brady pulled ahead of Aaron Rodgers, at least in head-to-head matchups. Rodgers is 1-2 all-time against the GOAT, but this game will be a first. The Packers and Buccaneers have never faced off in the playoffs before, so buckle up. Next Sunday, NFC Championship game, Bucs, Packers, winner going on to Super Bowl 55. Kickoff set for 2:05, and we'll be previewing this matchup all week long. Oh boy, I cannot wait. But that's all for sports tonight. Rachel will have more news right after the break.
At Lakeside Living Design, we've always got something stylish in store for you. Whether you're looking for high-quality custom upholstery, decorative accessories and gifts, or are designing your space entirely from scratch, you'll have a friendly designer by your side sharing their expertise, helping you bring your unique style to life. So stop by, explore our showroom, and together we'll make your space feel just like home.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
We're kicking off to a busy week. Monday, we remember Martin Luther King Jr. Tuesday, we remember the lives lost to COVID-19. And on Wednesday, Inauguration Day. Britt Conway breaks it down for us with what to look ahead for this week.
Violence is self-defeating.
Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It takes on a deeper meaning set against the backdrop of outcries for social justice and political unrest. The gatherings may be virtual.
We remember the life and the ministry of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
But the message is as important as ever. Tuesday, the committee planning the inauguration is hosting a national moment of unity to remember people we've lost to COVID-19. More than 396,000 so far.
Boy, if ever there was a clarion call for people to put aside vaccine hesitancy, if we can get, the overwhelming majority of the population vaccinated.
At 5:30 in D.C., as the sun sets, the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool will be awash in light. And cities nationwide will join by illuminating their buildings and ringing church bells. Wednesday, Inauguration Day. President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will be sworn in. Between the pandemic and the violent riot at the Capitol, the celebration will be scaled down, but security will be beefed up. The feds are warning of more potential attacks from extremists as Biden promises to move the country forward with a message of unity.
To come together as fellow Americans, as neighbors, as the United States of America.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Get 0.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 RAV4 or lease a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk, if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm, if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose, if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
Hi, I'm Dean Hoger with Miracle-Ear of Rhinelander. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
Welcome back to your final look at weather. I wanted to show you those roadways one more time. Central Wisconsin is not going to be too bad. It's northern Wisconsin and the north woods that we're seeing those slippery or ice-covered roadways, so easy going out there tonight. On your Dr. MLK Jr. Day, expect high temperatures in the mid-20s, a few pockets of sunshine to follow, a little bit of still snowfall coming down in the early hours of your Monday morning. Now for that final look at your 7-day forecast, we'll have an opportunity for some AM showers on your Monday, and then next snowfall event coming our way on Sunday. So that's all, Rachel. We just have a little bit this week, and sun and clouds for the middle.
Well, beautiful. Everybody keep that Monday motivation going for you. Happy Sunday from all of us here at Newswatch 12. I will see you tomorrow reporting. Justin will be in the anchor chair. See you then.